If you're looking for a portable audio mixer that can help you with podcasting and live streaming, even when you're on the move, this one could well be it. I'm talking about this very portable thing. It's the Mackie DLZ Creator XS. Thank you to Mackie for sponsoring this video. Now, many of you already know I've been a big fan and I've been using the Mackie DLZ Creator Original, the big hulk of a thing that is designed to really sit in a studio, for a long time now. I've been really happy with it. It suits me perfectly in my studio. So why would I get the Mackie DLZ Creator XS, the small, tiny, backpack size solution? Well, I'd get it maybe if I was traveling, if I want to have solutions on the move. It's got a couple of very high quality microphone inputs via XLR jack. It's also got some jack inputs and outputs, and of course, the ability to plug in headphones so that you can monitor your mix. All of that is possible. Now, instead of faders or sliders as you get in the original DLZ Creator, you've got the little kind of pots, twisty pots, which I've never personally been a fan of myself, but if I had to compromise space so I can travel, they'll certainly work. And if I'm a podcaster looking to set my levels and hit record, those pots are going to be absolutely perfect for me, especially if I'm saving a whole chunk of space. So you might be asking, well, what do I get? Do I get the original Mackie DLZ Creator? Do I get the XS? Do I go to Rode and grab the Rodecaster Pro 2? Or maybe the Rodecaster Duo? I'm so confused, especially now that Rode bought Mackie and Rode are kind of the same thing, but doing different things. Like, where do I go, Mike? I know that's going to be one of your main questions for this video, and stick around because I'll answer that all at the end in my conclusion. But right now I want to focus on setup and how easy it is to use this, and I will stress one of the big pluses of the DLZ range from Mackie has been the ease of use and the ability to do things that seem simple but are not, such as the auto mix feature. That is brilliant. If you've got multiple guests, so if you've got this XS and you've got 2 guests on there, you can set a microphone to take priority. So the host can have priority, meaning you get less mic bleed and less interference. So let's take a look at setting it up. Now, when you power it up, of course, it's going to ask you the language you want to work in, and you'll select English to get going. Now, this is what I really like about Mackie mixes, is the ability to choose a mode. You can start with easy, you can go for enhanced, or you can go for pro. So they've really thought of every kind of user. If you're someone like me, if you're really an audio person who knows everything you want to do, you want to look at every single EQ setting, every single tiny finicky thing, and then just click right up to Pro and be done with it and set everything up as you go along. However, if you want hand holding and you want things set up for you, easy, definitely go easy. So if this is your first time doing a podcast, a live stream or something like that, Easy is going to guide you through. And right now I'll show you how Easy works because it's got a setup assistant that makes things super cool. So let's go on to the next thing. And first of all, it's going to want to set all of the pots, all of the faders to Unity. So there you go. I've done that. I've pointed them to 3 o'clock or right, or some people would say east, whatever. I've done that. And now I can click next and go on to the next step. On the next step, it's going to simply ask me to plug in my headphones. And the great thing is that when I do plug in my headphones and then pop them on my head, I will be able to hear instantly some audio playing so I can know I've got them plugged in and they're working in the right place. So that's a really great feature. Then I go on to next, and it's actually going to tell me to set my levels. And this is where I really start to hear some audio coming in as I turn up levels of headphones 1 and 2 and get the level that I'm comfortable with, so I can definitely hear something down there. Now, if I need any help, I can go into the headphone help section. But again, if I'm happy with what I'm hearing, I'll just click next and I'm ready to go on to the next thing. This is where I plug in microphones to the back of my Mackie DLZ Creator XS. It's very simple. I've got one dynamic mic, and I know a question I'm going to have here is, can I plug in dynamic microphones that require a lot of boost, like, for instance, the original Shure SM7B? And the answer is yes. You don't need any external hardware, no cloud lifters, nothing. This will do the job for any microphone you can throw at it. So I plug the mic in, click next, and this is where I'm going to assign what it is. So it's a dynamic mic indeed. I then click on to next. And this is where I get to see my levels. Now I can already see the levels on this microphone are a little bit too loud on that Mackie DLZ Creator XS. So I'm going to need to listen and set the levels for me. And again, this is where Mackie really make things easy. So click and then start talking, and immediately it's going to change your levels as you talk into the microphone at the rate you usually would. And look at how quickly it gets me right in between the green bars, which is where I should be for the optimum level. So I didn't need to do anything with faders or tweaking things around. The DLZ did it for me. Now, if I did have a condenser microphone that requires phantom power, I just click on the 48-volt phantom power, but actually the mixer should know if you're using a condenser microphone, you'll need phantom power. So it's, again, all of these things, you don't need to know the technical terms because they're done for you. Click next, and again, I can choose what is in source 2. If I was using a condenser mic, I could select that. I can also have line input, and a musical instrument is also available to me as an option because they're not only XLR inputs, but they're also jack inputs as well. So say I want to jam on an electric guitar, I can also do that, and I can click next to set the level for that. Or of course, I've got nothing in on input 2, so I'll just click skip. Now, channels 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 have some awesome features, such as line in from your computer, or the ability to play audio from your SD card, or Bluetooth. If you have a device that you connect up to it, you can actually play music, audio, and everything else via Bluetooth. I'll just leave as standard, click next. It also tells me that I have sample pads that can be used to play sound clips for my podcast or my presentation, and the volume is controlled by the knob to the left. So this one, number 5, will control the volume of my audio, and as I click them, you see they light up and they would start to play sound effects. So ability to load sound effects and music beds on there for use on my production. It tells me the USB port to plug my computer into so I can record and play back audio from my computer using this mixer. It also gives me the ability to set up speakers. So if I want some studio monitors or some little tiny speakers to listen to my audio, I can do that too. And then you're all set up. It really is as simple as that to get going. I can click next and it'll take me straight to the home screen. Now, of course, as I've said, I'm a beginner. It gives me a quick tour of everything around. So it's going to show me where everything is on the mixer. As I click next, it's like a guided tour of everything. And again, very, very easy to use and to understand and to get through the tour. This is what I get when I'm ready to go and record. It looks absolutely fantastic. And what I will say about the screen size, I was really impressed with the screen size on the original Mackie DLZ Creator. The XS screen size is still amazing, vivid, and bigger than the screen size on the Roadcasters. So if screen size and seeing things visually is important to you, then this is absolutely a no-brainer, especially as you can take it on the move. So I do have the ability to record things using the record button. I can load up my recording interface. I can auto mix and make sure that I've got everything set to maybe channel 1 priority if I want my host microphone to have priority over the guest that's on channel 2. Auto mix is going to take care of the heavy work of making sure my podcast sounds at a reasonable level without microphones fighting over each other or the background noise of the guest speaking on your main microphone. And if at any point I'm hopping around, maybe to channel, media, or something else, and I get lost and I want to go back to the home screen where all my levels are and my mix is, I just hit home and boom, I'm immediately back home. And you'll see how I can fade these pans up and down. And actually, in reality, when using them, I find them much easier to use than I thought I would. So the fact that they're little knobs rather than faders is a non-issue for me. I can also solo channels, so I can solo just the microphone, or I can mute channels, so I could mute the microphone, so that is now not coming out even though there's audio going in. Unmute and it's back, turn it down or turn it up in volume. All of these possibilities are available to me, and in many ways it really operates as the original Mackie DLZ Creator, just with a few less inputs and in a smaller size. And in case you're wondering, that killer feature that came with the original DLZ, the ability to use NDI audio, is also a feature on this if you connect it using an Ethernet cable. So if you connect it using an Ethernet cable, you can get any audio on your network into the Mackie DLZ Creator, and you can also send audio out from the Mackie DLZ Creator to any device that's on your local network. So this is huge. I could be recording a podcast on this Mackie DLZ Creator, and if I had a laptop in another room connected to the same Wi-Fi, I could actually hear and stream or record that audio all the way over on that laptop. So my conclusion and thoughts on the Mackie DLZ Creator XS, I think it's a solid mixer. And even though Mackie is sponsoring this video, you are getting my raw, pure thoughts. I really like the quality and the sound that comes from Mackie mixers. I also like the ability to add things like EQ and compression that I can do in the advanced pro mode on the DLZ series. That is really cool. The DLZ Creator has been a staple in my studio. This one is going firmly in my backpack. So when I travel to conferences and events this year, I will have a portable podcasting studio. It's great for that. How does it differ from the Rodecaster Pro series? Well, I know they're both the same company, so they're doing different things just under the same parent company, but I think Rodecaster Pro introduced us to this idea of having pro quality gear for podcasters and live streamers. I thank Rode for that and think that they do amazing work. Now, what I really like about the Rodecaster Pro series are the pads. I think they're awesome. I think the fact that Rode put MIDI into those pads and a whole lot of other stuff, I just think they're awesome. Also, a little side note here, I think they're more tactile and pushable on the Rodecaster. Even though it's no issue with the DLZ, I just prefer the squelch of the pads on the Rodecaster. It's just a personal choice, that's all. Audio quality, I've compared extensively with my ears and my headphones, and I personally feel I get a better sound and much faster from the Mackie DLZ Creator series. I find I have to fiddle about and go into settings a little bit more when I'm working on Rodecasters. Doesn't mean I can't get a great sound, just means I need to maybe work a little bit harder to get the kind of sound I'm looking for. Now, obviously on the Rodecaster series, I love the Aphex effects, but I also love the fact that DLZ Creator keeps it really simple and has everything available to me and actually holds my hand. Now, I think I can be a beginner and use the DLZ, but I also think these are firmly planted for people who are professionals. So for instance, if you're an audio pro, if you're a music pro, the ultimate setup is one like me, with the DLZ Creator sitting in your studio and the XS in your backpack or your luggage with a bit of bubble wrap around it to protect it when you're going on the move. And then you've got the ultimate solution. I'm also making videos on another product from Mackie called the Mackie Mainstream. Now, if you're a gamer or you like doing visual stuff with your live streams, I think this is definitely probably the best product out there right now for doing live streams, mixing everything. And I'm going to go into detail on that in future videos. So really, under the Mackie DLZ brand, I think we've got a load of good stuff here. And I'm open to questions and comments and any thoughts you have and anything I didn't answer in this video. Drop those thoughts down below and I'll do my best to help you out.